friends, welcome back. It is Sunday the 26th of September. It's just gone 8. I'm on my way to feed the cats again today. So today's quite a jam-packed day actually. For a Sunday it's actually somewhat busy. So feed the cats. Flash is meant to be being picked up at 10. I don't hold my breath on that. He was meant to be dropped off at 9:30 yesterday. Was he? No. He was dropped off at like 10 to 10. So I'm not holding my breath, but they kind of wanna, because I need to leave once I've picked him up. I've got Ollie for a solo walk. I'm guessing they're going out for the day. So we're giving him a walk 11:30, which will be his training walk. So he's been having regular training walks with me on a Wednesday, because the little dude's lead reactive. So pretty much off the lead, he's perfectly fine with every single dog going. On the lead, he sounds like an aggressive little freaking beast. To which obviously, if you know him, he's not. But to anyone that's walking past with the dog, he sounds like he wants to eat their dog. Which isn't exactly ideal, and his owner got to the point with him that they were avoiding dogs altogether. They just wouldn't, they'd see a dog in the distance and they'd turn around and they'd walk a different direction. Which kind of doesn't really help. So that makes my job all the more difficult, because obviously now I've got to work through the fact that they've spent however long spotting a dog and running away from the situation rather than just kind of facing it. So there's definitely kind of double the work to do. But we'll get him there. It's going to be a slow one to figure it out. He's a stubborn little boy as it is, so it's going to take him a little bit to kind of figure out that actually, if I don't make any noise towards the other dogs, people are more inclined to let their dogs say hello. And also, certain dogs are going to be on the lead. Certain times he needs to be on the lead. You know, doesn't mean it's forever. Doesn't mean it's going to stay like that. He's just got to learn. Just a few things he's got to learn. But we'll get him there. So the Wednesday walk, we actually gave him a group walk. I thought we were meeting up with one of the other ladies, and I thought, rather than try and force him to train in a situation where everyone else is having fun, I thought we'll use it as a refresher. We'll let him have a good time, let him have a play, let him kind of reset everything, and we'll start again fresh today. So I'm hoping that we'll see quite a few people out and we'll be able to make some good progress with him while we're out. Morning. So that he can really start to figure it out, because on a Wednesday you don't really come across too many people with dogs, and especially dogs on lead. So I'm hoping that obviously, because today's a Sunday, we should see a lot more dogs, a lot more on lead dogs, because he seems to be more reactive to on lead dogs while on lead, which obviously kind of goes against everything an on lead reactive dog should be reactive to. But yeah, he definitely likes to do things differently. So I'm hoping we'll see more and more and more, and we can implement a few different training methods and kind of get him over this whole bark at other dogs situation while on the lead. After him, I got a haul ass back. I got Hunter for a walk at like 1:30. I've given myself about an hour. The issue is, I feel it's going to take me at least an hour to get to Ollie. So I may be slightly late to Hunter, and they don't mind, which is fine. Which I've given myself over an hour to get to Ollie, so I can see how long it will take me. Great. But yeah, otherwise it should be fine getting between them. And then from Hunter, I got the schnauzers to do, so probably take me another hour to get to them. So by 2:30, get to schnauzers for like 3:30. To which I'm kind of hoping that Mum will be back and I can just walk home and just be like, dear Mum, hop in Ronnie, let's go. I utilised my brother yesterday. I was like, do you want to make yourself a tenner and dinner? To which he did. So thankfully I got a lift to the pet visit and the cats yesterday evening, because otherwise I weren't going to get to the dog till like 5:40, and then I wouldn't have got to the cats probably till 6:40, which means I wouldn't have been home probably till gone 7. And obviously that's a long time to leave Little Flash. Obviously he can't be left just to roam in the kitchen. He takes himself, jumps on the kitchen table, has a good munch of shit that he shouldn't. So he has to be left in the crate, and obviously that would have been a very long time to leave him in the crate. So kind of worked out well. Butch twat. Idiot. Anyway. Where the fuck's he going on a Sunday? Anyway, so little detour from that. I'll let you all meet him one day. So yeah, we're kind of glad that I utilised that, as otherwise we'd have been out for far too long. And poor Little Flash. I mean, Toby and Dora. Toby was in the living room. I kind of lock him in there just so that he can't get out and try and pester Flash at any point. And Dora's very much taken to just staying in the little thing under my bed. It's very cosy. I've been meaning to try and get some lights for it, but yeah, she's very much taken to just chilling under that, and that's literally where she stays. Like, I let her out, she got up this morning and was like, come on then. I was like, okay, and she needs the toilet. To which obviously Toby gets up because he's like, what? Yep, food, like, let's go. So I got up, got dressed, sorted out some of my shit, went downstairs, let them out. She literally went out a couple times and then ran back upstairs to there. So, morning. That's definitely her little spot now. She's very much kind of taken to it and has decided that that's where she likes to be. She gets to ours on whatever day, and that's where she runs off to. She just literally runs straight upstairs, straight into my room, straight under the bed. So it's very much I just leave it open for her. There's a bowl of water under there. My voice is going. What is this? No. No. Yeah, there's a bowl of water under there. Obviously there's no food, but she's been off her food. And a very odd gal. I have a feeling she might be getting dementia, but trying to tell her own that will be a whole nother ball game. So just leaving it for the time being. There starts my hip. But yeah, she's been an odd little girl, which isn't great. But there's not a lot you can do. She is 10 years old, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, she'll almost be 11, yeah, she was 6 when I started. We've been doing it for 4 years, so she'll at least be 10, which means Toby's 8. Fuck. Toby's is 8. It's weird. It's weird. The little dude was 4 when I started. She was 6. But it's kind of the downside of them getting older. I mean, she should be able to make at least 15, so we should have another 4 odd years. But obviously she has the fits. We don't know if the fits do anything to her brain. Supposedly she can live a very long, happy life with the fits because it's not epilepsy. It's a different form of... It's canine epileptoid something. So it's got traits of epilepsy, but not full-blown epilepsy. And obviously when she has her fits, like, she doesn't lose bladder control. She'll quite often vomit, but other than that, like, there's no pee, there's no poo, there is no loss of bowel or bladder when she's having a fit, so far, touch wood. She'll pretty much always puke. She sweats like crazy, poor little girl, and she shakes. And I mean, I just kind of hold her so she's upright, because obviously if she's puking, like, she quite often wants to fall on her side. So I just kind of get her in my arms if we're ever around when she has one, because obviously I don't want her to fall on her side and possibly choke on puke, because obviously that's always a risk. There's always a risk that they could choke on their puke if they go on their side or anything like that. So I'll hold her up just so she can't. But obviously we don't know, and obviously her owner doesn't always know. She could be out in the garden and have a fit. Her owner's not going to know. So there's always a risk that something could happen. There's always a risk that she could choke or stop breathing or something. And Toby's not very good at alerting anyone to it. Like, he doesn't know what to do when she's having a fit. So he'll be no goddamn help. But I don't know if that with dementia would shorten her life, or if, I don't know, if it would cause her to get dementia quicker, or cause the symptoms to happen quicker, or to, who knows, but she's definitely not quite been herself as much lately, which is a damn shame. And she's been having odd scrabbling moments, like her eyes glaze over, like you completely lose Dora because the eyes glaze over, and she just scrabbles like crazy. They literally just have front paws, like she'll scrabble at your leg if you let her out into the garden. Like, sometimes I'll shut the door while I'm trying to, like, move things about or rearrange the towels or something like that, and she'll just scrabble at the back door wanting to be let back in, and she'll just scrabble at you. And obviously at which point, you know, I mean, I don't know if it's another form of like her fit or what, but it's definitely odd. And I mean, who knows, maybe it's something to do with the dementia and she forgets where she is, or she doesn't know what's going on. And she asks to be picked up a lot, especially when she's scrabbling. She likes to be picked up and held, which is very odd for Dora, because that's something when I initially started with her that she hated. I mean, like Toby, you can pick him up, you can roll him around like a baby, you can fling him about. That dog will just take it. But you try and pick Dora up and she'd launch at your face. Whereas now, I can pick her up like a child. I can pick her up by sticking my arms under her front 2 legs and literally just picking her up. And I mean, that in itself is completely different for Dora, because when I got to a point of being able to pick her up, I had to kind of scoop her up, front legs and back legs, and I'd kind of hold on to her collar just in case she did decide to snap. She couldn't quite turn her head because obviously I had hold of the collar, so she didn't have full range of motion. And obviously she very much got used to being picked up like that. So to pick her up the way I do now, it's extremely odd, but it's like she asks to be picked up. She asks to have these cuddles and to be kind of like, she likes to stand on your, like when you're sat, she likes to stand on your legs in your lap, paws up here, and she'll just rest her head on your shoulder, and you can nuzzle your head into her. And like before, again, there'd be times where she'd jump up on my lap and do that, and I'd try and nuzzle my head and whereas like now you can rest your head on her and she's just like, okay. And it's just a lot of changing behaviours, whether it's just old age and she's just not fighting as much or something else, I don't know, but it's odd, which makes the house odd. But anyway, pretty much there now. So I'll try and get some clips of the cats. I mean, one of them, she's friendly as anything. The other one, he doesn't really come downstairs. So I'll get some other friendly go. But yeah,